In this video, I'm going to cover 6 easy to manage habit-based tips to help you change your eating behaviours with relative ease, helping you to become healthier and edging you closer towards your goals, while also saving you some time and money. Let's dive in. Tip number 1. Find time in your schedule to cut and prepare some ingredients so that when you get home from work, you've got them ready to go to make up a meal in under 5 minutes. Pro tip, it would be a good idea to include a large volume of vegetables and a decent serve of a good quality protein source, as these types of food will help you feel full and satisfied throughout the entire evening. This should help you avoid those late night snacks. Some things you could do to prepare would be to cut up some vegetables, the more variety the better, and store them in portion controlled containers. You may want to store some in the freezer to preserve them. Just remember to take out one of the portions in the morning before you go to work so it's ready for dinner time. If you enjoy carbs with your dinner, maybe pre-cook some brown rice, some wholemeal pasta or some sweet potato and store them just like you did with your vegetables. This will make it a lot easier to make dinner when you get home after a long, busy day and help you to avoid getting takeaway or fast food options. Now dinner is as easy as cooking up your protein source and adding in the other pre-prepared ingredients. Mastering this one will go a long way to achieving good health, as dinner time tends to be one of those times when people overeat or choose the takeaway options. One of the reasons for this is a build-up of mental fatigue throughout the day. You've pretty well used up all your choices throughout your daily activities, so making sure that you don't have to make one at dinner time is always a good way to go. Tip number 2, make your own sauces and condiments. This is a good way to avoid over-consuming calories and sodium. Prepackaged sauces usually have a lot of sugars and sodiums to help enhance the flavour. Heck, if they didn't taste good, we wouldn't buy them. But we can make some very tasty sauces with a much better nutritional profile with some ingredients at home. The best part is, you can tailor them to your favourite flavours. Some options to use in your homemade sauces could be Greek yogurt, coconut milk, paprika, garlic, onion, chili, or a variety of different herbs and spices. Get creative with it. Before you know it, you will be losing weight and you'll feel heaps better. Tip number 3, make good choices the easier option. Make healthier options the easier choice. Maybe put water bottles around the house in places where you can easily see them, and hide the juice and soft drinks. Put the whole foods such as quality lean proteins, vegetables and unprocessed carbohydrates at eye level in the fridge or pantry. That way they'll be your first choice because they're easier to see. Hide or even get rid of those more processed trigger foods so they are harder for you to get. Save them for a special occasion with your friends. Tip number 4, when eating out, order a meal with a high quality protein source in it. This will help make sure you are meeting your protein requirements and help you to feel full and satisfied after the meal. Another tip when eating out would be to order a side salad or side vegetables instead of the chips, or order a separate meal containing vegetables altogether. You could share it with a friend. Stick with table water instead of ordering a calorie-dense option like a soda, juice, or a milkshake. Keep practicing making better choices when you're eating out. Celebrate the little wins, not the losses, and before you know it, you'll be much closer to achieving your goals. You could split a main dish with a friend and order a separate vegetable dish. This will help with portion control, as servings at restaurants tend to be much larger and also be much more cost effective. Tip number 5, drink more water. Hunger and thirst have similar feelings and can sometimes be confused. Also, being well hydrated is key to having good energy levels and moving the nutrients we eat to the places they're supposed to be. Some simple and effective ways to help you become more hydrated are to have a glass of water when you wake up, have a glass of water before, during and after meals, and keep a bottle of water handy so it's easy for you to consume throughout the day. Keep a bottle of water in your car, at your desk at work, or in a bag ready to go. Tip number 6, practice eating in a distraction-free environment and focus on chewing your foods. Avoid eating in front of your TV or on the move. Doing this will help you tune in to your body's signals that tell you when you're full and help you to prevent over-consuming. You'll also find that you enjoy your meal a lot more. If you're struggling to chew your foods, try placing your cutlery down between each mouth. You could also try having a sip of water between each bite, or using smaller cutlery and utensils so you have less food in your mouth. Employing these simple tips can go a long way to you achieving your goals and improving your overall health. It's also important to note that taking on too much all at once can be a big contributor to someone's lack of success in changing their eating behaviours. In order for habits to form, it takes focus and practice. Our conscious minds can generally only take on a couple of new behaviours at a time. With repetition and practice, these new behaviours will eventually move into our subconscious mind and become automated. That is how habits are formed. With that said, it would be best to focus on 2 new behaviours and really get into some practice and repetition with those for a couple of weeks before moving on to your next new behaviours. I know it seems small, but lots of little things add up to big things in the long run. And before you know it, you'll have met your goals and be aiming for new ones. The best thing about this approach is that by taking the time to make sure that these habits are created, you will be making a more lifelong change. So do yourself a favour and take your time. That's all for this video. Applying these small tips into your ritual will go a long way in you meeting your health and fitness goals. Happy training!